Hi, and welcome to Paula B Energy, and welcome to your reading, Taurus, for the month of February. This is a general reading for the sign of Taurus, sun, moon, and rising signs. So you want to check out the other videos for your moon and rising signs if you're here as a sun Taurus. It just gives you a more clear, complete picture of the energies and how they will play out for the month. As always, you want to take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is a general reading for the collective of Taurus. Lots of people involved. Not everything is going to resonate with you, and that's okay. All right, we're going to dive right in. And I like to do a 5-card reading with clarifiers. And we're going to pull some energy for your recent past. That will be what's been happening in about the last 6 weeks or so. Could be all the way up to today. Then we'll pull a couple of cards for your current energy. Then we're going to talk about your challenges. And we're going to talk about your outcomes. Ooh, cards are flying out for you. My heavens. And then some messages from Spirit. That's one. What else? What else do you want us to know? And that one. All right. Now, first off, in your recent past, Taurus, you have the Emperor. All right, the counterpoint to this is the Empress, which would be your card, but this is the Emperor, and this is the masculine depiction of that energy. It is an energy of abundance, but it's an energy of abundance with structure. The Emperor is about structure. Can be about being overly controlling or rigid in thinking, but primarily in the upright position, this card is speaking about having systems and a plan in place. Notice he's got his hand wrapped around some scrolls there. He's got some information, probably plans. The Emperor has lots of people to take care of. An empire is large, and many people are dependent upon him for their livelihood and being able to have food, clothing, and shelter. And so this is an energy of creating those systems so that you can have that structure to help you move forward. Now, clarifying this card, you have the Temperance card reversed. Now, upright, the card looks like this. So it's a card of balance, balancing heavenly and earthly energies. Looks like we got fire and it looks like we got the energy of the sun and the moon in this particular card. It is the card of just balance, particularly balance with Spirit. And it looks like perhaps in the recent past, Taurus, you haven't been very balanced. We've got the card upside down. She's kind of fallen out of control. So it looks like you want to have some systems and things have been a little bit out of control for you. That's my initial impression. Okay, moving into the now, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. What we see here is the apprentice who is perfecting his craft. He is making all of these different pentacles and making each one of them as perfect as they can be. This is a card of diligence, of working hard to make things great. It can also be a card of perfectionism, so you'll want to watch out for that, Taurus, and not be so worried about being perfect with everything as you go to perfect your work. All right, now, and keep in mind, Pentacles is about our resources. So this could be in any area of your life. Anything that supports you as a resource. So that could be health, wealth, friendships, time, energy. And also underneath it, current energy is 9 of Swords. Swords is about our mental processes, our actual thoughts. And if you notice, she's got here down and below, we have a lady who's not able to sleep. And up above, we see another kind of misty sort of figure who looks a little ominous. This card is the card of anxiety. It's the card of those thoughts that just wake us up at night. We're just worrying about it. We're worrying about it. Is she getting anywhere with that? No. I call it the hamster wheel of worry. So worrying about things, particularly being perfect at something, is not going to do you any good. So if you've been doing that, it's time to get rid of that. Time to come back into some balance. This is the Justice card. This is your challenge for the month, Taurus. Your challenge for the month is going to be balance, and this is the card of personal responsibility. When we think of justice and we think of laws and criminals and all of that, what we think of is someone having to take responsibility for their actions. That's what personal responsibility is. Could also mean that there might be some legal action that's happening in your life of some kind. But typically, in its broader sense, it is about taking personal responsibility. This could also be someone in your life having to take responsibility for their actions. To clarify this card, you have the Strength card. Now, the Strength card is a card about inner strength. This is a card of Leo, so it might indicate a Leo in your life. But primarily, this is the card of kindness and compassion, not only to others, but also to yourself. And I would say, since it's right next to the Nine of Swords, I'm going to say that this is going to have a lot to do with having compassion for yourself this month. So that's your challenges. Now, coming up in outcomes, we have the Page of Wands. Pages are always messengers in tarot, and the wands are about fire. They're about drive, passion, and also about our connection to spirit. And primarily, they're about actions. So you have a message this month or an outcome this month of taking action on something. It's possible that you might get a message in some area of your life that you need to take action on. All right. And right underneath it is the Ace of Wands. So you've got two wands in your outcomes position, Taurus. This is the fire. This is also the spark of creativity, by the way. The Ace of Wands can also mean a passionate encounter, but typically it is that drive where you experience the spark and a drive to move forward and take action and accomplish something. All right, Spirit wants you to know, Knight of Cups, that you're going to need to stay heart-centered. You're going to need to follow your heart, not just your head. And the Knight of Wands is, it's the card of being in love with love. It often is the card of romance. So it looks like there might be some romance in your month, which is great because we got Valentine's Day happening. And it is the card of, if you're in love with love, sometimes you may think that the relationship is more than it actually is. So you'll want to be aware of that. And that's why we have this card. This is the Nine of Wands. This is the card of not only victory in a battle, but this is also a card of boundaries. He's taking a knee. He's taking a little rest here. He's obviously conquered his enemies. It is wands, so we're talking about actions and fire and desire, but it's also about he's got to stop and rest before he can go on. He's creating a boundary, and he is also fighting. So he is, when we fight for something, then we are saying, this is what I believe in, and this is what I feel is worthy enough to put effort into. So, Spirit is saying, be aware of your boundaries and what you're willing to put your effort into. All right, let's cover all the bases. In the love department, it looks like that the recent past hasn't been all that great. You may be worrying about that. For those of you who are looking for love, it's possible that might come in for you, especially towards the end of the month. It is going to require, however, that you, first of all, stop the worrying about it, because that's just driving it away. It is very possible with this Ace of Wands that you might have a spark. It might be a really fiery encounter as well, but may not be what you're looking for. You're going to have to set some boundaries. So what that looks like is, what do you want in a love relationship? And make sure that you follow that. The person might be really attractive and you might be in love with the idea of being in love, but is this person, do they have the qualities? Do they take personal responsibility? Are they kind and compassionate? For instance, since we've got those cards on the table. So don't just jump right in without checking in with, hey, what are my, what are those qualities that I want in a love interest? For those of you who are in a loving relationship already or in some sort of long-term relationship, it looks like you're having to work a little bit at it. And that's natural. We need to do that. That 8 of Pentacles, you're creating those resources, and stop the worrying. It could be a time of personal responsibility needs to come into play, being kind to ourselves and to our other person, and that helps rekindle that spark. I like that. Okay, in the area of wealth and resources, it looks like your systems, the systems that you have in place to move forward, those need to be solid. With that Emperor being at the very beginning of the reading, that's really telling me that's very important for you to have those systems. So are you saving? Are you working? Are you working, first of all? And then do you have a plan for saving or paying down your debt? Taking that personal responsibility, not spending frivolously, but being balanced. It does show me that if you are in a career or some type of situation where you're working, you're going to have some creative ideas that are going to come in. Possibly, maybe it might be a side hustle. Possibly it just might be renewed enthusiasm for what you're doing. I like that. It looks like I don't see a ton of money coming in. What I see more is you perfecting and getting very good at what you already do, and then also rekindling or experiencing a new spark for something coming in. All right, I like that. As far as health goes, your systems are going to be key. If you don't have a system in place to be healthy, it's not going to work. And that's going to cause more worry for you. 9 of Swords. This is about perfecting it. It's about taking the steps, right? It's about a lot of self-care, the Strength card, taking personal responsibility for your choices. Are you making good choices? Are you making healthy choices? Are you creating your environment so that it's easy to make the healthy choices? You're going to get some creativity about it, and I really think setting those boundaries for yourself is going to be key to keeping your health right where you need it to be. I like it. All right, Taurus, it looks like systems are going to be very important to you. Resisting trying to be a perfectionist and really tapping into self-care and boundaries is really going to help you in the month of February. All right, I love to pull an oracle card, and this month it is the Whispers of Healing. And you have card number 38. It's called Reliable. And I like to do a little bibliomancy here. So here's your card number 38. Oh, this beautiful woman playing a harp. And bibliomancy is where you just kind of let things pop out of the page at you. So I'm just going to scan my eye down, and whatever pops out is going to be your message. Okay. Being accountable to yourself is the first step in really shifting your relationship with you. How many times have you made a commitment to yourself but quit soon afterwards? When you resolve to get a good night's sleep, to start and stick to an exercise program, to eat healthy, to start writing, or to finish off a project, you want to know you can count on yourself to do it. Begin a new practice of self-reliance by keeping small commitments to yourself. Track them. Be specific about time frames or completion dates. Give yourself something small to accomplish every day. Take pride in yourself and your unwillingness to let yourself down. Dedicating yourself to your own goals and commitments will have many benefits. You will have a stronger, more trusting relationship with yourself. It is time to be your own best friend. Ooh, all right. Reliable. Well, Taurus, we already know you're reliable, but perhaps you might not be so reliable with yourself. In any event, it looks like you're going to have a good month. You've got some interesting things to work on and some things to look forward to, and I think it's going to be a great month for you, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, these are always appreciated on the video, and if you want to be notified, ding the little bell, all that stuff. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next month. Bye.